Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be doing a really quick video here because obviously the ban list is finally out and I'm very excited because obviously we've been anticipating this for so long now, and the fact that it's just effective in 4 days from now is pretty crazy. So yeah, let's get started. So it says here that the next update will be no earlier than March the 1st, 2021. So that makes it a little over 2 months, maybe two and a half months, which I think is going to be pretty long. So that pretty much means that if this list turns out bad, then we're gonna have a lot of trouble. So let's just find out what we actually have here. This is going to be pretty much live for me because I haven't actually seen the list myself as well. So yeah, it's all gonna be brand new. So let's get started. To begin, wow, we have Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. This is insane. I mean, it has been utilized in so many different decks, and to see it get hit that soon, oh my goodness. I mean, it's weird because we barely have the opportunity to even play it out, you know? Like, a lot of us have been in lockdown for so long, and restrictions have just been lifted, so it's kind of a shame that even I couldn't test this out. So yeah, I mean, that's too bad, I guess. There's not much else to say. I mean, it is a really good card, and to see it completely be hit down to 0, it makes sense as well. A lot of decks can just tech one of them and they could do so much out of just this one card. So I just didn't realize that it would be hit that soon. I figured maybe one more format and then it would be hit, but yeah, that's quick. Moving on, we have Link Cross. No surprise, Link Cross really opens up a lot of combo plays, and you could do so much with it. So again, I'm not really surprised. What is amazing though is that Needle Fiber is still safe, so that is definitely fantastic. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. Needle Fiber is safe, and Link Cross has been hit, so it's a shame to see it go, but yeah, at least we know that Needle Fiber is safe. And the third card is Smoke Grenade of the Thief. So this card is kind of like a newer card, and there's not much else to really say about it. It's just that it's one of those cards that have started to become a bit of a problem for people, but I don't know too much about it. I can't really comment too much about it. So yeah, with that being said, that pretty much just concludes the forbidden section of the list itself, which is pretty amazing to see that only 3 cards actually went into the forbidden section. So I am definitely hoping to see that a lot more cards actually come off the ban list. Now let's move on to the semi-limited list. So I'm scrolling down here. It seems like there is not a limited list, that is, sorry. It seems like not a single card is being limited. That is pretty crazy. So yeah, let's move on. We have a bit over here into the semi-limited list. So one new card actually got added on, and that is True King's Return. So this card was actually limited for a long time, and now that it's actually coming back here to 2, that is going to make things very interesting. Last I remember, Monsters was actually banned, right? I don't remember. Let me just go check up a bit here, if I'm correct or not on that. Because I think they lost one of their cards, right? They should have. Masterpiece, that's right. Masterpiece got banned. So that kind of was a hit for the deck. But seeing that they now have True King's Return back to 2, I think that's going to make the deck surface just a bit, but not so much to the point where it actually takes the meta. But yeah, that's pretty insane. And then finally, we have all the cards that have been unlimited. So we have quite a few cards, but let's just see what happens. So firstly, we have 2 cards here. We have Seer and Graph, both are Burning Abyss cards. I am not particularly happy with this because of the fact that I am not a fan of Burning Abyss, and seeing that the previous list was already favoring them so much. I mean, they went from, both Seer and Graph went from 1 to 2 in the previous list, and the fact that they're now going down to 2 to unlimited in this list is pretty crazy. I mean, Burning Abyss is really getting a huge buff here, and I think that, you know, you don't have cards like Caught by the Grave. Caught by the Grave is still at 1, and yeah, it's just, this is going to be pretty crazy. However, I do think that with Burning Abyss being here, because it's one of those fan favorite decks, it's really interesting to say because while it's not a meta deck, it's quite far from meta, but because of the popularity, you will be seeing a lot of people actually attempting to play it within a competitive standpoint, and because of that, I think it will affect a lot of the competitive formats playstyle, in the sense where most people might start taking in cards like Macrocosmos, Dimensional Fissure, even Dark Laws would be pretty common play as well, just to make sure that any Burning Abyss player doesn't really get themselves an advantage in the competitive format or in this upcoming format. So because of that, we all kind of had to prepare for the fact that the opponent might be playing cards that would banish off our own cards as well, even if we're not playing Burning Abyss, because it's most likely that competitive players might be anticipating a Burning Abyss player within a competitive tournament. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. The Burning Abyss, like I said, I'm just not a fan of it, and seeing it come back to 3 for both Seer and Graph, I think that's going to be really insane for the deck. However, moving on, we have here Ivagishki Mine August. It was limited, but it came back to 3. This card used to make Gishkis one of the most broken decks at the time of its release. This was a long time ago. It was one of the dual terminal decks, and at this point, bringing it back to 3 is no big deal. I don't think that Gishkis are going to be coming back to become one of the top decks out there. So yeah, it should be okay, but it will be interesting. I do want to see someone actually make something amazing out of Gishkis now that Mine August is back at 3, but I really don't see much happening with it. However, another good news to actually hear is that we have ABC Dragon Buster coming back to 3 as well. I'm very happy about this because it was semi-limited, so you know, that was fine, but I had an ABC course sitting around for a while and I've been meaning to build it, but the reason I didn't build it for so long was because of the fact that ABC Dragon Buster was not at 3, and the fact that it's now back at 3 again, I'm definitely very excited and now can't wait to actually build the deck and yeah, play it out. So yeah, do stay tuned for that. I will be making an ABC deck profile soon. This is going to be very exciting now that ABC Dragon Buster is back at 3. But the final card here is Totally Awesome, coming back at 3 as well. It used to be semi-limited, and yeah, just seeing this come back at 3 is definitely going to be quite exciting. I am keen to know how people actually bring back Totally Awesome into the whole meta again. I mean, just bringing back frogs is going to be very amazing in the competitive format, and I think it's one of those fun decks where if they're able to pull off the Totally Awesomes, then I'm all for it. But with that being said, this was pretty much it for this list. I mean, it was a very small list, if anything. There wasn't a single card that got limited, which is pretty crazy, and only 3 cards got banned, and these 3 cards that got banned are just true problem cards that kind of had to leave the format. Very surprised to see that Crystron Needle Fiber wasn't actually banned. But yeah, I mean, that's just one additional format that we get to play it in. The semi-limited list is looking very small now. I mean, we only have Malicious and we only have True King's Return. I think that True King's Return might even come back to 3 in the next format, given that there's no more Masterpiece anyway. So that would be interesting. And Malicious, well, Malicious, it could be hit down to 1 in the next list, or it could come back to 3, and then that could completely get rid of the semi-limited list. I mean, that would be pretty interesting throughout the Banlist history. But yeah, again, in this list, like I said, I do prefer that more cards would actually come off the ban list and go in, and seeing that 5 cards actually came off the ban list and became unlimited, it's definitely really nice to hear all these cards are back, even though I don't really have the best interest in Burning Abyss here. But yeah, tell me what you guys actually think about this particular list. Definitely quite interesting, not so impactful in the sense that it hits crucial cards. Like, I would have wanted to see Called by the Grave come back at 3, but I guess that might be too soon to wish for. So if you guys enjoyed this video, then definitely drop a like and also share this video because wow, is this crazy. And also subscribe for more videos just like this. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.